Welcome you students. In this video lecture, I come up with another question from an involute. So the question is, an inelastic string of 150 mm long has its one end attached to the circumference of a circle disc of 40 mm diameter. Draw the curve traced out by the other end of the string when it is completely wound around the disc, keeping the string always tight. Name the curve obtained. Draw the tangent and normal to the curve at a point distance 100 mm from the center of the disc. This is our question. Okay. So first try to identify the curve. This is very easy. Since it is mentioned inelastic string which is wound around a disc. So we are getting the word like this, and concept is what? The string is wound around the disc, something like that. So from this we can conclude the given curve is an involute. So we are going to draw the involute curve. So take the given data. Now try to take the given data. A string of 150 mm long. So they are talking about the string length. So string length is given SL, string length is given 150 mm. And one end is attached and circumference of a circular disc of 40 mm diameter, right? So its diameter of the circle is 40 mm, 40 mm, okay? And then draw the curve traced out by the other end of the string when it is completely wound around the disc, keeping the string always tight, right? So this is the case which is given in the question. When you compare with the last question, in the last question there it is mentioned, draw the involute for one complete revolution or 360 degree, for the turn 360 degree. But here the string length is given, right? So let me check whether the string length is coming equal to the circumferential length, or whether the string length is exceeding the circumferential length, something like that. Okay. So there what we did was, when it is with the one turn, we just took the string length just equal to the circumferential length. Let me check here what is happening. So first take the circumferential length. Circumferential length. How will you calculate? Pi into d, or in terms of radius, if I say 2 pi r, am I right? 2 pi r. So what happens? Pi into d, d is a 40 mm. So we get 125.6 mm as a circumferential length. Compare with the string length. String length is 150, but our circumferential length is 125.6. So for one complete turn or circumferential length, it is given 125.6. Am I right? So one complete turn, if you wound it, it take the string length as 125.6. But the exact string length given for us is more than 125. That means 150 is given. So 125, this is enough. But 150 is there. Somewhat excess of string length is provided in the question. So for this condition, how we going to trace out the curve? Something like that we are going to see it in the question, right? Let me see what happening here. The string length is greater than the circumferential length. Okay, string length is greater than circumference length. So let's see what happening. So first go with the diameter, which is given 40, so that radius of the circle is 20 mm. So take 20 mm in your compass and just placing at a point, go for a circle. So your circle will be as this. So now divide it into 8 equal parts. So for that, take the center. Through the center, have a horizontal line first. Afterwards, by placing your protractor as this manner, take 90 degree and go for a line passing through the center, then read 45 degree at both sides in your protractor and go for a line by moving in such a way. So it comes like this, so that you could able to divide the circle into 8 equal parts, right? Give the names. So you're going to give in an anti-clockwise direction. I'm starting from this circumferential point, which is 1, this is a 2, 3, 4, this is 5, this is 6, 7, and this is 8. Okay? And now see, in order to trace all the points to know the involute shape, involute profile, so take the tangent line from each and every circumferential point. Okay? So start with the 8th one by keeping your protractor as this manner. Read 90 degree and go for a tangential line. From first point, keep your protractor like this, right? And read 90 degree and go for a tangential line. Repeat it for the rest of the points. So it comes like this. It comes like this. Then from the 4th point, if you take, so it comes like this. From here, it comes like this. From here, it comes like this, right? You are taking 90 degree line from each point, which is a tangent, right? Fine. So afterwards, by completing this tangent line, we must take the string length. Okay, we must take the string length. What about the string length here? 150, right? This 150 line should be captured in the 8th point, 8th tangential point, right? So you take the measurements. If you take the measurements, you get 150 mm like this. So take the measurements. So this is the string length. First of all, you must initiate this. Always you must start with the string length. So I have captured it. So since it is a string length, I am going to capture at the end with P. Okay. So what we did in the last problem, just taking the string length, there the circumferential length and the string length is equal since it is a one tan, right? By just dividing it into equal parts, we just go for the trace, right? But here, if you follow the same procedure, it will be a wrong one. You won't get the profile for the excess of string length, right? So here what we want to do is, after just taking the 150 mm length, you must embed this circumferential length, right? After taking it, you must embed it. 125.6 circumferential length. If you take the measurement approximately somewhere here, you will get the end, right? So just have a marking like this. So this marking I have done with the measurement. How much? 125.6. 125.6. So now this segment, circumferential length segment, should be divided into 8 equal parts, right? So that we will be always dividing the portions by using what? The bisection method. The same thing we are going to follow here. So take more than half of this portion. So this is our segment, not A to P. Remember it, this is our segment. So just take more than half of this segment and go for an arc. From the opposite end, go for an arc, right? So if you draw a 90 degree line or drop a line which should be very good 90 degree to the what? String length. Fine. So now it is divided. Fine. And next divide this into again 2. So if you take more than half of this portion, have a cut mark. Take cut mark and drop a line. Goes like this. Now it should be divided. So take more than half, go for a cut mark. From the opposite end, go for a cut mark. You get a division. And next, do it for the each segment again. Take more than half of it. Go for a cut mark. From the opposite end, drop a line. You get like this. For this, go for a more than half of this segment. Go for a cut mark, drop a line. Same thing follow for the rest of the things. If you follow it, you will get like this. See how to drop a 90-degree line, that we know, right? So now you have divided this circumferential length 125.6 into 8 equal parts. Give the name. This is the first one, 1 dash. This is the second one, 2 dash. This is the third one, 3 dash. This is the fourth one, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash, 7 dash, and 8 dash. Right? The circumferential length ends with 8 dash. Now the remaining portion, what we have to do is just measure the one of these segments. Just measure one of the segment, because all the segments with the equal divisions, no issues. Just measure any one of your segments and go for a cut mark. Go for a cut mark in the remaining portion. Okay, in the remaining portion. So if you do so, it comes like this, and if you do it, it goes beyond the point P. Right? If I name it, I can say this is 9 dash, and here it comes 10 dash, but it's not our portion, right? It's going beyond it. So see, from this itself we can find the result, because in the last problem we were with what? For one complete turn, at that time it starts from P and ends with 8th point. Am I right? It starts from P and ends with 8th points. Now see what happening. Our string is going with 9 division, and the in between 9 to 10 it is gonna complete, right? Or P. So if you take, this is the 8th one, this is the 8th one, and if I take 9, it comes here in the first point, and if you take the 10th point, it comes here, it comes here in the second. Okay, fine. So it is very clear, our string going to start from P and going to end between this 10th point and 9, between this 10th point and 9. From this itself we can get the outcome of our profile. So it clearly says it's going to be end between 9 to 10th, which is nothing but 1 and 2, right? Fine, just we can work with it. So now take your compass and measure P to 1 distance, and keep at the point 1, go for a cut mark, just go for a cut mark, right? And then measure P to second, just keep at the second point and go for a cut mark in the second tangential line. Repeat the procedure for the rest of the things. P to 3, keep at the third point, and go for a cut mark. So it comes like this. Now measure P to 4, from the 4th point have a cut mark. Measure P to 6, from the 6th point have a cut mark, right? Measure P to 7, keep at 7th point, go for a cut mark. Now measure P to 8 point, from the 8th just have a cut mark. Now measure P to 9 and keep at the 9th point, which is at 1. Here in the 1 we have mentioned the 9, right? So keep at the 9 point, just go for a cut mark. Approximately it cuts here, right? And what happens? See, when we had a cut in the division, we got 9th point and 10th point, it goes beyond P. We didn't fulfill the segment. So from this we can conclude it, that means in between 9 and 10 it's gonna end. So this is a 9 and this is a 10. So if it is your curve, approximately somewhere between 9 and 10 you will get the point of contact in the what? Circle. Somewhere between 9 and 10. 10th point we didn't fulfill. Between 9 and 10 there is a point. So approximately we are keeping the points, right? Fine. So then just go for a trace which you have taken in the tangential lines. So this is a P1, this is a P2, this is a P3, this is a P4, this is a P5, this is a P6, this is a P7, this is a P8, somewhere here P8, and here P9, and here P10. So go for a trace. If you trace it, it comes like this, So here in the 8th point, somewhere here you get, so it must be taken, and also here with it, and then it is connecting here, right? Fine. So if you are just identified the shape of the involute, if you are confident enough this is a good shape and it's with a good manner, then you can go for a dark line with a HB pencil. Okay, just go for a dark line with a HB pencil, and a single stroke with a smooth hand make the things right. So it is making as this manner. What is next? S. Draw the tangent and normal to the curve at a point 100 mm from the center of the disc. 100 mm from the center of the disc. In the last problem, we were taking the normal and tangent at any point on the curve, but here 100 mm from the center of the disc. So this is the center for the circle. So from this 100 mm away, you have to take the tangent and normal. So for that, take your compass and just measure 100 mm, and keeping C as center, go for cut mark somewhere here. You will get the cut, right? So this is a point M. This is a point M. Okay. So from there, you have to take a line to the center. Now, just take the midpoint of this CM, right? So for that you have to follow the bisection, right? So this is the portion CM, take more than half of it, go for a cut mark, left as well in the right side. Same manner from the opposite end, go for a cut mark, right? So at that time, if you connect it, you get a point which is the midpoint of this CM, okay? So from that, by keeping the midpoint, by measuring the point to M or that point to C, just go for a semicircle. So if you do, what happens, this will goes like this, right? So the particular semicircle cut with the circle, from that point, take a line to M, so that line is called as normal. So make as a dark one and note N dash, right? You are connecting from the intersection point to the M, that is known as what? Your normal. So make as a dark line. Next, by taking 90 degree with this normal, you can get what? Tangent and normal. So go for a line like this with a 90 degree, which passes through the outer periphery of the curve, which is T dash, right? So we have done our work, and just confirm it whether you have captured all the dimensions. So here the string length, I have captured it, and then the circumferential length I have done. The important thing, the circle diameter should be captured, so for which you can take leader line, okay? So I am doing here, so as this manner you can capture a leader line without intersecting with any lines, you can mark it. So and write as diameter what? 40, diameter 40, and the texting, since it is given, name the curve, right? You have to name the curve as an circular involute or just like involute. So by taking a leader line, you can make it, or else in the top you can capture a title, okay? In the capital letter you can write involute. And write a note in the right bottom extreme as N dash as normal, T dash as tangent, as well we have done all the dimensions as it is in the diagram. We have captured the dimensions. So take all dimensions are in mm, just give a written and the guideline, right? So afterwards the scalings we can mention it. Since we have written all the dimensions just like in the question, we can make a true scale, so we can write as a scale 1:1. Okay, fine. So I hope you got the exact construction how to do when we are with the string length which is just greater than the circumferential length. Okay, I hope you understood. Thank you so much.